Alison. I'm the Programs Outreach and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. Thank you for joining me this evening for another episode of Book Chat. Tonight I'm going to be chatting with you about a book that I recently discovered on our shelves called For the Love of Books, Designing and Curating a Home Library. And this is by Thatcher and Elizabeth Lane of Juniper Books. And I put this book on hold. I found it while I was browsing our online catalog, and I put it on hold because we are having some renovations done on our house, and we are going to be redesigning the room in which I keep all of my books. So I thought it would be fun to look at some different pictures of home libraries to see what ideas I got. But in the process, when I discovered this book, it's a lot more than just designing your home library. It goes a lot into the significance that books play in people's lives and delves into like the history of books and a bunch of other topics more than just how books look on your bookshelf, which I thought was really interesting. And a perfect way to describe that is by looking at the table of contents. And part one is divided, like I said, into kind of more about the place that books play in different people's lives. So the different sections are titled The Books We Keep, The Stories We Tell, and in that it has a little section on the history of books. There's also small sections on banned books and different topics all surrounding the history of books. Children's books and the invention of children's books and the place that children's books play in your life. So other sections in part one include the resilience of the printed book in the digital era. So it talks about digital versus printed books, books in our home. How did people come to have home libraries and the history there? The difference between having a book, a collection of books, and a library. Book is art. Books about your hobbies, and books for children, and that's where it delves into more of the history of children's books. Then in part two, it talks about having books in different areas of your home, and I liked it because it included places like the kitchen and alternate spaces. So it looked at different areas besides just a library and where you could put it. So in alternate spaces, it looks at like the dining room, and it does have really cool pictures of places where you could have books. So here's an example of somebody having books shelved in with their glass collection. So, the pictures are really great to look at, but like I said, the information in the book became so much more than what I thought it was going to be, which I thought it would just be a coffee table book with a lot of cool pictures in it. Part three gets into how to curate your home library with section titles such as What Stays and What Goes, Preparing to Rearrange Your Books and Start a New Library, Nearly Infinite Ways to Arrange the Same Books. So it talks about organizing alphabetically, by genre, by color, how to style a bookcase, and reading the books you have. And what I really also liked was at the end of different sections, there is a page of exercises. So it provides some actual exercises that you can do in looking at your library. So this exercise is you have the shelf space and you want to fill your shelves with the books that are meaningful and authentic to you. Yet where do you start? Start at the beginning. Keep it simple and ask yourself, what are my hobbies? How are they represented in my home but maybe not on my shelves? As you identify your interests, you may find you already have quite a few books on the subject. Do I already own books on these hobbies? Can the books on the same subjects be brought together to tell a more impactful story? Which of my hobbies are not represented on my shelves that should be? Which of my hobbies are represented disproportionately? And then make a list of books and subjects that you want to add. So I thought that was really cool that it had like actual exercises that you could do to look at your materials in a different way. And it was just a really fun book that was a lot more than I thought that it was going to be, and I really enjoyed looking at it. So again, that's For the Love of Books, Designing and Curating a Home Library, and it is available in our collection. And I would highly encourage you, if you are putting a book on hold on our online catalog, our new catalog shows at the bottom books that are like the title that you're putting on hold, and that's how I found this. I was putting a hold on something else and saw this and thought, oh, I might as well put a hold on that too. And as we all know, library books are free to check out, and if you don't like it, you can just return it. So there's no harm in placing a lot of holds and looking at a lot of different things. And I highly encourage you to explore new topics through our suggested titles feature on our online catalog. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.